Okay, good afternoon and welcome to today's lunch break with the Rabbi. Good to see you all today on Wednesday, February 24th, 2021. It is the 12th day of the month of Adar. Just a few little notices. First of all, Purim is right around the corner. Purim is going to be on Friday starting Thursday night. And Thursday is the fast of Esther. Friday is Purim. It is an obligation and a mitzvah to hear the Megillah Thursday night and Friday day. It is also a mitzvah to give two kinds of foods to at least one person, give charity to two needy people, and have a festive meal. You can see all this information at jewishally.com/Purim, and you can find out more at Purim RSVP, jewishally.com/Purim RSVP to find out more and learn more about the festival of Purim. Today, we're going to look at the word Purim, the holiday of Purim. Where does it come from? How did it start? And what does it mean to us in dealing with the Hamans of our times and in overcoming our challenges and dealing with Haman? And what did Haman really know? And as we know, Haman is the bad guy of our story. And the story of Purim is well known, where Haman comes to Achashverosh, the king at the time, and offers a large sum of money so that he can annihilate, God forbid, the Jewish people. But how does Haman decide when he's going to do that? Where does he pick the date? Why did he come up with the 14th of Adar? And the Megillah tells us the interesting episode where Haman throws lots. And when he throws lots, to be able to pick the date for when he is going to decide when the Jewish people should be annihilated, when to wage war against them, the lot came out, the raffle was the month of Adar. And he is exhilarated by the fact that it's the month of Adar. Because as you recall, last week we spoke about that in the 7th of Adar, Moses passed away. However, the Talmud tells us that at the same time that Haman was excited about the fact, and so wonderfully, and he said, look, this is a time when the Jewish people's luck is down because look, Haman died. I'm sorry, Haman died. Moses passed away on the 7th of Adar. Then, of course, this will work for us in our favor. And he was really excited that he had the month of Adar. There was one thing he didn't know, that the month of Adar not only is it the time of Moses' passing, but it is also the time of Moses' birthday. Moses was born 120 years prior to his passing. On the same exact day that he was born was the same exact day that he died. How is it possible that Haman, who was such a learned fellow, that he even knew the calendar of the Jewish people to know the Talmud of when Moses died, how did he not know that Moses was born on the same day? They say a story of once these two friends were talking about their children. And one of them says, I got sons. They're all, thank God, really well off. My first son, he is so wealthy that he bought his friend a car for a birthday present. My second son, and then the second guy, this is a bunch of friends we're talking about, there's different sons. The second friend says, my son, he is so wealthy that he bought his friend for his birthday a house. The other one said, my son, you know how wealthy he is? He gave his friend $100,000 cash in honor of his birthday. The fourth lady says there and says, you know what? Unfortunately, my son is not as wealthy as any of your kids. But I tell you what, he is one lucky champ. For his birthday, he had a friend that gave him a house, a friend that gave him a car, a friend that gave him $100,000 cash. Boy, does he have luck. Well, looking back at Haman, what kind of luck does he have? He didn't know that it was also Moses' birthday. He only knew that it's Moses' yahrzeit. He only knew that was the date of his passing. Did he not know that it was also Moses' birthday? And here's the difference. Haman was well aware that it was Moses' birthday. But Haman looked at it this way. He says, so what if it's Moses' birthday? Moses was born, and now he's gone. What does his birthday even make a difference? He was a leader of the Jewish people 1,500 years prior to Haman. What does he have to do with Haman? What does he have to do with the people of this time? He was a leader that was born, but what does his birth have to make a difference? Born, more people are born. Now there's new Moses. Now there's new leaders. It's no longer Moses. Moses died. That's significant. But born, how does that even relate to us? What does that even make a difference to us? What was Haman missing? Haman was missing the concept, the idea that the Jewish people continue to celebrate life even after life passes on. The birth of Moses, the very virtue that there is a Moses that came to help the Jewish people and take them out of Egypt, as the Zohar tells us, makes a Moses in every single generation. Not only that, the one who caused Moses to cause Haman to have his downfall in his time, the Zohar tells us, Mordechai bedara kemoishe bedara. Mordechai in his generation was like Moses in his generation. Mordechai was the Moses. Mordechai was the Moses of that generation, and therefore he was able to overcome and deal and get rid of the Haman of his time. Because he was born, he was very much alive. The Talmud tells us that the Jewish people we're reading about now in the Torah reading about the Jewish people building the tabernacle in the desert. And they would have to make it of acacia wood that they would build this beautiful tabernacle. Where did they get the wood from? And the Talmud tells us that Jacob, when he came down to Egypt, knew that the Jewish people are going to have to build a tabernacle. So he planted trees, and the Jewish people cut them and schlepped them with them out of Egypt, and they brought it up to the desert, and they were able to have it. And the obvious question that many ask is, why did Jacob have to bother himself planting trees 200 years earlier, the Jewish people cutting them and schlepping them? There were plenty of merchants that brought flea markets to the Jewish people to buy their stuff. Why couldn't they just buy it from them? And the Talmud teaches us a very important lesson. The Rabbi explains to us that Jacob over here was telling the Jewish people that even while you're in Egypt, while you're suffering under the tormentation of under Pharaoh, you now have the ability to think about the future. Don't concentrate on the pain and suffering, but remember, look at the trees. Remember, there's a blessing, there's a promise, there's faith that there's going to be a tabernacle. There's going to be a time we will all be celebrating in freedom. The same is true when we talk about the story of Moses and his birthday. The birth of Moses reminds us as Jewish people that in every single generation there's a Moses. Moses was born in the month of Adar, and that's what caused the Jewish people jubilation, that they will be able to overcome the decrees of Haman. Moses is not something of the past, so big deal he had a birthday like Haman thought. We, the Jewish people, know and understand and appreciate that a Moses once is a Moses forever. And the same way Moses is taken out of the Jewish people out of Egypt, as the prophets tell us, and as it says in the Talmud, that same Moses will take us out of this exile. We are now living in a time. We're about to celebrate the holiday of Purim. And we think about just a year ago, the different tormentation that the world went through, the drastic change that we're living through. And all of a sudden, the world comes to change. But what does the Torah remind us? What does the Purim story tell us? There's a Moses in every generation. There's a faith that is implanted within the turbulence. There's a Jacob that plants a tree and reminds you that there's going to be a tabernacle. There's a holy place. The holy temple will be built. We are mainly now be in the midst of a turmoil situation. But we must never forget that there's a Moses here and forever that reminds us and implants within us faith and gives us the ability to overcome any difficult situation. And just having that faith alone helps us overcome it, realizing that we are not dependent on the Hamans of our time. The Hamans of our time cannot control us, do not have any dominion over us, because Moses was born and Moses will be forever. Because in every generation we have that Moses. And as long as we have the faith to see the trees that were planted, that there will be a tabernacle and be a holy temple, we will get through any turbulence, any trying time, any problem, any difficulty, because faith in God gives us the momentum and the ability to overcome any obstacle. God bless us that we should not even see the obstacle. We shouldn't have to worry about the obstacle. And already this Purim, we should be able to celebrate as ever before and even greater with the coming of Mashiach. May it be now. Amen. Have a wonderful day. And I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow on the Fast of Esther, sharing some more insights on the Purim holiday. Lunch break with the Rabbi at 1 p.m. God bless you and have a great day.